The Flying Doctors Healthcare Investment Company is an end-to-end healthcare company. We have an operational company that does air ambulance services, we do medical equipment, we do medical consulting or healthcare consulting, and we also have investments. So our investments are in diagnostics, telemedicine, retail pharmacy, and medical logistics. We're now in almost every area of healthcare. The first case of COVID was diagnosed on my birthday, and very early on in the outbreak, we started talking about, what can we do? One of the areas that we wanted to concentrate on was testing. In the testing process, how is it being done now? And what are the risks? And we realized that the testers were having to go to the patient's houses, and they would wear one full PPE, go and visit the patient or potential patient at home, take the test at home, and then get back into the vehicle and go to the next house, wear a new PPE. All of these things, increase the chances of healthcare workers contracting the disease. So what we decided to do was build a booth with a pair of external gloves that you could take the sample through. And there's a glass wall between the patient and the tester. So they take the sample from the comfort of their booth, and they never come in contact directly with the patient at all. And also the patient comes to them rather than them going to the patient. So the patient goes to a testing centre where the booth is. So it just takes away completely the risk of any healthcare worker coming into direct contact with a potential patient. And just a side comment from the Commissioner for Health made me start thinking, why don't we do something else? And she just said, this is great, but I wish you could move around, like it's just one. And I thought, why can't it move around? So then we did the same thing with the vehicle, basically. And I've nicknamed it the COVID Mobile. So it started off as a booth and then moved into a vehicle when we realized that, there was a need to take tests in multiple local government areas, perhaps in a day. And the static booth only worked for one particular place, but, it would be more useful if it could move around. We opened the Eti-Osa Landmark Isolation Centre, which is a 70-bed centre with 10 intensive care beds. All of this was put together by a steering committee representing the YPO in Lagos. We're also working alongside Lagos State to run and fund that as well. There's a lot of motivational speech going on about, how businesses can make money and how businesses can innovate through this crisis. And I believe that there's room for that. I believe that there's room for some businesses to thrive during this crisis, and it's not all doom and gloom. But I think the most important thing for businesses is to stay alive. 2020, obviously, for a lot of businesses is going to be, a financially difficult year. My first bit of advice to entrepreneurs: stay alive.